Okay, so I have two tables here set up. One is the hopper order total, which has my IAI scars and KC scars values. Put 10 in one, 20 in the other. And then this is the table that I'm inserting into. There's a field called quantity. So here's my code to do that. Insert into the name of the table you're inserting into, the name of the field that you want to insert into, and then in this case I'm doing a select from this table, and I'm going to add 31 to the sum of those two fields, and it's going to insert into that table. Down here in the immediate window, and if you don't see this in your VBA editor, you just go here to view and then make sure immediate window is turned on. You can also do Control G to make the immediate window show up. And if I hit F9, sorry, not F9, F8, I can step through this. So here we're assigning this string to my SQL string. Debug.print will put the SQL string down here in the immediate window. And one of the things you can do to test your SQL before you've run it, I'm just going to hit stop, is first let's make sure the select statement portion of this insert actually works. So we're going to go here to create a new query and just right click anywhere in the empty space and go to SQL view and paste that in there. And now you can run it and you can see, okay, here's the result of the select. So that's what's going to be inserted into that column. If you go in design view, then you can see the GUI representation of that. So we're selecting from this table, we're adding 31 to these two fields. Okay, so the select part of the query works. Now let's see if the whole thing works. So we're going to copy this whole thing. Again, right click anywhere in the white space, go to SQL view, paste that in there. And let's first go to design view. So now we're inserting into this table. We're inserting to a column called quantity, and we're inserting in those values. So we run this. It says you're about to do one row. Yes. Queries seem to work. Let's open up our table. And there's a new row here. Let's empty this out so we can tell definitively that there's a new row. So I'm going to run this. Again, there's no rows in the table as of now. Run the query. There's one row of data, wrong table. One row of data in here. I'm going to shut that off because it's going to drive me crazy. Now it won't do that to us. Okay, so we know the query works. Now let's make sure that our code works. Now that I know the query works, I don't need this debug anymore. Executes without any errors. And there's my one row of data. If I run it again, there's going to be two rows of data. So now there's two rows of data. And then if there was more than one row in here, each time you run this, it's going to add two rows of data. So now we run it. It should have added two additional rows of data. And it did. So that's how you would do that.